Welcome to In the Kitchen with Dinah. Today we're making coconut jam bars.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Gonna taste good, I know.
Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Dinah. I'm so glad you're joining me today. I wanted to share with you today one of my childhood favorite kind of bar cookies. We always call these raspberry jam bars because we used raspberry jam, but the technical title is coconut jam bars. So the Crust uses just a yellow cake mix. They have raspberry jam and then this egg white, almost kind of like, kind of like a meringue top, and it has the coconut mixed in it. And people who say, oh, I hate coconut or I don't like raspberry jam, absolutely love these. So we've got a yellow cake mix. Whatever brand you have works just fine. We're gonna make the crust out of this. And I have 1 egg and a 1/3 cup of soft butter. I'm just gonna take my hand mixer and give it a whiz. Oh, well, it helps if you turn it on. Plug it in. There we go. Now we got some power. We're gonna just make this into a crumbly crust, and then we're gonna pat it into a pan here. I've got 1 chunk of butter that won't get mixed up. I call that good. All right. You could mix that by hand. It's just way easier and faster with a mixer. So I have a greased jelly roll pan, and if you want dimensions, whoops, that's centimeter. It's like a 15 by 10, and it's about 3/4 of an inch deep.
For our international friends.
Oh yes, if you're international, here we go. 38 by 26 by 1.91 centimeters. All right, so we've got our crust mixture. We're just gonna pop it in the bottom of our pan. I'll just kind of spread it out. Make sure your oven is on to 350 degrees before you start this. So we're gonna bake this and then we'll put all the toppings on. All right, and then I'm just gonna pack it down. The holidays coming, this is a pretty fast bar cookie if you need to take it like to a cookie exchange or have it whenever you want it.
Ooh, that smells
So good. Yellow cake mix has such a great flavor. I feel like it's so underrated.
It smells like great grandma's house.
Because of the cake mix? All right, that looks good. So we are going to, I haven't made this for so long. We're gonna cook this for 10 to 12 minutes, then we're gonna take it out and put some jam on it. So in the oven, 350 degrees at 10 to 12 minutes. Let's go 11, because you know, why not? So we got about 30 seconds left. I stuck it in for 11 minutes. They are done. They're nice and golden. Leave the oven on because we are gonna put these back in to cook. But you can see it's nice and golden brown. All right. So now we're going to spread some raspberry jam on here. And I didn't have enough left, and the stuff I had was in the freezer, so I'm using store-bought jam. We're going to want about 1 cup of jam, using my offset spatula. So I just kind of pour some on. It's gonna be about half the jar. You just want a good layer of jam on there. I don't know about you, but something about the raspberry jam with the coconut, it is so delicious. Okay, so I'm just gonna really gently spread this around. It kind of melts just because the cookie crust that we did with the cake mix is hot. So it goes on pretty quick, pretty easy. And oh my goodness, it smells so good.
Mom,
Denver, how was the star of my show? All right, that looks
See what Mom is making.
really good.
Oh man, so good.
Okay, oh, I want to lick that, but I won't. All right, move that back just for a second. All right, so now in a small bowl, we're gonna make our meringue mixture for the top. So in my bowl, I have 1 cup of sugar. I'm gonna add, what do we have here? 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And with the same mixer, we're just gonna give this a whirl. Kind of looks like wet sand now. We got 3 eggs going in. A dash of salt. And a 1/4 teaspoon, which is teeny tiny bit of baking powder. That makes it kind of puff up. So let's give this a whirl, and then we're gonna add our coconut to this. You just wanna beat this really well.
How long is this gonna be?
Like I'm done. All right. So you've got that nice and frothy. Oh, I also need 2 tablespoons of flour. Let's get that done. One more whiz. We don't want to forget all of the ingredients here. Now it's looking all foamy and frothy and beautiful. All right. Now we got the 1½ cups of coconut. Okay. I'm just going to use my spatula, fold it in. All right, so I'm just gonna start here, kind of pour it on, and then we'll spread it out. But I find this is kind of one of the easier ways to get all this spread on top of the jam, top of all the things. All right, and then really gently, I just kind of move it around, get it out to your sides. It's gonna move a little when it bakes too. Woo, careful. All right, so don't forget your pan is hot. Grab your pot holders, and we're gonna bake this for another 15 to 20 minutes, and all of that delicious meringue, eggy, coconutty goodness is gonna brown and puff, and then we'll have some of the most delicious cookie bars ever. Go for 16 and okay. Hey, look at how beautiful those are. All right, they're nice and golden brown. We're just gonna pop them out and let them cool. I sure wish you guys could smell these. They smell amazing. So before we cut into these, they do need to cool. So we will be back when they're cool. Well, these jam bars are all cool. I'm gonna cut them for you and show you how beautiful they are. On some of the edges, you can see like the jam has totally like glued itself onto the jelly roll pan. That's okay, just be really gentle. And I kind of carve it out. But don't tell anybody, that is the best part. Did you say it's the best part and so you had to come see what we're doing? You go back and have your nap, kid.
Hey, Danny. Go lay down.
Go lay down.
Go lay down. Come on.
All right, the first piece sometimes can be a mess,
Go lay down.
but that's why the cook gets the first piece. Let's see if I can get out a beautiful piece. So you can see, we've got the delicious crust and then the raspberry filling with that really crispy meringue coconut.
It's like a giant fig Newton.
Fig Newtons have figs, this is raspberry.
No, I mean, Cajun fruit and cake.
And I love this because the crust is like so chewy. It's so chewy and just so delicious. It's a nice break from your plain old ordinary chocolate chip or oatmeal. These fruity, delicious coconut jam bars are a sure win. At least they are for me. The memories that fled with flavors of food. Right? So good. You can't have this. He's like, Mom is making something good. Well, thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen today. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the bell on for notifications, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. It's always fun. I hope you try these coconut jam bars. I've not tried any other kind of jam but raspberry, just because the raspberry and the coconut go so well together. But if you do, let me know. Thanks again for joining me today, and we'll see you on the next episode. Welcome to In the Kitchen with Dinah. Today we're making coconut yeah. I think coconut raspberry.
With raspberry jam.
That's right.
So how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just enjoying how delicious this smells. It's so good.
Rick Beato's live. Everybody's going live right now.
Not us.
Want some bites?
It's too much sugar.
Gonna taste good, I know.
This is before I was injured by flying knives.
Oh no, I can't even.
You're making the camera shake. Stop it. Yeah.
Put an apple on your head. Here we go. Oh my gosh.
My face hurts from smiling.